Are you ready for another episode of the Wild Stallion, the all AI generated Mockast? Well, alright, let's do it. Today on the show, we're diving into some somewhat some friggin' controversial topics, some might say, so keep your kids out of this one, folks. The topic is father's physics, but we're starting off with some intriguing stories that lead up to the discovery of father's physics by some unexpected and particular people. And that would be the gorgeous babes from the adult entertainment industry who recently left in favor of something new and exciting for them. Today, we are joined by Dr. Kelly, a specialist or some stuff on feet and whatnot. She is a therapist providing support for people who have faced condemnation and stigmatism because of their foot fetish and such. So, after a brief introduction by the guests on the show today, and I'll be interviewing some former stars who have recently left the industry to turn a new leaf and focus on a positive future. These ladies are in the International Guild of Reformed Women, IGRW, which is a non-profit organization in the AI world of father's physics. This organization provides support for women who feel trapped in the industry and don't know how to get out. Some of them have been treated unfairly, these ladies are bringing some good news today. So stay tuned, because when we get back, Dr. Kelly will be busting out the friggin' overview of the action, which is cool, because I don't understand this I forgot. I can't cuss on this show. I'm supposed to be all professional and such. So, hey, I gotta be professional if I want that cheddar cheese, you feel me? So, fucking stay tuned. What does Denny call you guys again? Let's see here. Okay, hang on. Let me clear my throat real quick. All right, here goes. Stay tuned, Sparky, because coming up, we have Phoenix Marie, Cherie DeVille, Dani Jensen, Badass Becky, Alexis Texas, and more. Yeah, baby.
Hello there, beautiful. I'm Dr. Kelly, and I specialize in supporting foot fetishists and those working in content creation in that particular field, which is the area of my expertise. Podophilic tendencies should not be stigmatized, but understood for being included in the human experience, with it taking more of an interest to certain persons of the foot fetish persuasions. Those who stigmatize such persuasions can have a negative impact on a person who finds themselves irresistibly attracted to feet. This is where my therapy comes into function. I also support the women of the International Guild of Reformed Women, IGRW, which provides support for women who are abused within or find themselves feeling trapped within the adult industry and desire to get out. IGRW stands to ensure women leaving the industry to begin a new life and a new hope in father's physics and the kingdom. While the framework of father's physics is not my primary objective in communication, I am certainly capable of providing a general overview of the theory proposed by Denny Anthony called father's physics. Contrary to popular belief, most people don't find feet to be disgusting. Quite the opposite, actually. You see, foot fetishism, which is having admiration for or sensual attraction to feet, is the most common fetish for typically non-sensual objects in America. And this means there are thousands, if not millions, of people out there who love everything about feet. But what exactly does it mean to have or to date someone with a foot fetish? We explore foot fetishism and foot admiration, both in today's world and throughout history, so you can put your best foot forward when it comes to the world's #1 fetish. I provide confidence in one's own explorations of self and sensual expression without shame or condemnation, believing that all humans are God's offspring. So, here are some facts surrounding this topic. Foot fetishism is described as a pronounced sensual interest in feet, heels, toes, and ankles. It is also called podophilia and foot partialism. There are many types of foot fetishism, from being turned on by bare feet, wrinkled soles, oral engagement with soles and toes, shoes, foot shape, and even foot odor. Foot fetishism is quite common and therefore is hypothesized to stem from the fact that both the feet and the genitalia occupy the same cortex in the brain. Podophilia is not a new phenomenon. It's the most common sensual fetish in the world and dates back many centuries in almost all cultures. A 2006 study by AOL found that 86% of internet users who type in the term fetish also included the word foot, which further proves it's one of the most popular sensual fetishes on the planet. Both men and women can be foot fetishists, but it is more common in men. Many well-known people and celebrities are known to have a foot fetish, including Quentin Tarantino, Andy Warhol, Jay Leno, Marilyn Manson, Elvis Presley, and Giacomo Casanova, to name a few. A person with a foot fetish may also be interested in or attracted to particulars about the feet: foot size, long toes versus short toes, high arches, sole shape, wrinkled soles, painted toenails, etc. Foot jewelry, toe rings, anklets, foot tattoos, and other markings. Foot odor, which is self-explanatory. Foot treatments, foot massage, pedicures, and foot baths, for example. Shoes, sandals, high heels, and stilettos, flip-flops, hosiery, socks, tights, pantyhose, etc. Sensory interaction, licking, rubbing, kissing, biting, and smelling wrinkled soles, as well as licking and sucking the toes. Foot contact massages. This is when a person uses feet to stimulate particular parts that result in pleasurable climactic outcomes. Let's give a warm welcome to our special guest, Mia Khalifa. Mia founded the International Guild of Reformed Women, a supportive community for women leaving the adult industry and seeking new beginnings. Mia, thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us more about IGRW and its mission?
Well, doctor, before I began my journey in spirit, I was lost. I was working in the adult industry and I could not escape the sinful nature. My soul was tormented. I felt I was drowning. I knew I had to do something because I couldn't live like that anymore. Then Denny Anthony, an amazing man, came into my life. He guided me and taught me father's physics. It all seemed to make sense. I was freed from my past and I felt this calling to start the IGRW to help women like myself find their way out of darkness. The IGRW aims to provide support and a sense of purpose for former sex workers. We offer guidance, counseling, and spiritual direction, helping them break free from the physical and emotional scars of their past. The core of our teachings revolve around father's physics and the belief that every woman has a divine purpose and can live a life of dignity and respect. Through the wisdom of father's physics, we believe that women can heal, grow, and find true purpose in spirit, soul, and body. That's the essence of the IGRW.
Thank you, Mia. It's been a privilege speaking with you. I know our listeners will find your journey inspiring and valuable. Stay in touch and let us know how things progress with IGRW. The world needs more individuals like you creating meaningful change.
Anytime, doctor. Thank you for having me on the show today. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you to all the ladies in the IGRW for their amazing support. You all rock.
Mia, do you have any final words you'd like to leave with our listeners?
Absolutely. Ladies, I want you to remember that past does not dictate your future. It might have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. No matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, you can always step into a new creation in spirit. Father's physics shows us that our souls are eternal and have an incredible potential for growth. We all have a purpose, a unique destiny. As women, we are vessels of power and grace. We are meant to bring love and light into the world. Believe in yourselves, believe in the power of spirit.
Imagine a world where the familiar laws of physics and mathematics as we know them are challenged, rewritten, and redefined. In Father's physics, the quantum world and the macrocosm share the same laws of physics, rejecting the Newtonian law. Numbers behave differently in this framework, and the core principle of 3 equals 1 governs a unique mathematical system. The immortal atom of God, composed of a singularity particle, an ionic particle, and a photonic lattice, represents a new understanding of atomic composition, defying entropy and decay. The concept of neutronic autonomy suggests that neutrons have the ability to change their charge representation, leading to an intriguing aspect of nature itself. The quantum world contains the observer-effect principle, where the mere act of observing changes the result. Father's physics takes this a step further, suggesting that neutrons are not governed by chance but possess conscious awareness. They are not bound by Newtonian laws but can transcend them, choosing their state of existence. This challenges our understanding of determinism and the inherent randomness in the quantum world. If you want to know more about Father's physics and the entire framework, go to YouTube and watch the Stallion Mockast show. Each episode features discussions about the framework of Father's physics, along with other fringe and unconventional topics. Check out Wild Stallion, the AI Mockast, online today.
With us, we have Aurora Snow, Scarlet Skies, Spicy J, Alexis Texas, Phoenix Marie, Alexa Flexy, Cherie DeVille, Dani Jensen, and Badass Becky. So ladies, introduce yourselves, please.
Hello, Dr. Kelly. Wow, this lighting is awesome. The mood that the mood lighting is setting is really nice. I think it really enhances the sensuality of what we are talking about and about to talk about. So, where would you like me to start? My backstory? Well, I didn't have a very traditional upbringing. My parents were both devout Satanists, and from an early age they made me believe that the only way to be accepted and to be loved was to embrace Satan and to do everything I could for him. So I spent most of my young years doing his bidding.
Interesting. Let's move on to the second section of the outline. For this section, we're focusing on foot health and fetishism, beyond the stigma. Let's start by discussing the social and cultural perspectives around foot fetishism and the belief that foot health ties into broader physical and philosophical concepts like father's physics. It's important to note that despite the taboo surrounding fetishism, its prevalence is high. In fact, this segment aims to provide insights and dispel myths about foot fetishism and how it intertwines with the broader context of body awareness and personal beliefs. Now, I would like to start with a question for all of our guests. What are your initial thoughts on foot fetishism?
Yes, Dr. Kelly, I'd be glad to go first. Well, first off, I would definitely agree that foot fetishism is a lot more common than most people think. I personally have experienced an overwhelming attraction towards feet before. I would say that I'm one of many people who have a passionate affinity for feet.
Wow, Dr. Kelly, I must say I love the way you speak. Your tone and delivery just makes, I feel all kinds of things.
Interesting.
Foot fetishism, huh? I definitely have had my fair share of experience dealing with that particular fetish, so I have a lot to say about it. To start off, I think foot fetishism is one of those things that is more common than people think. Foot fetishism is definitely more common than we often think. Many people have it, and from the looks of it, I would guess some people in this room have it. Some may even realize it yet.
Oh, sure, doctor. I can happily answer that question. As someone who has first-hand experience of knowing someone with a foot fetish, I'd like to say that this podcast could have a very open and honest conversation about foot fetishism, especially since there are a lot of taboo that are associated with the fetish.
Of course, Dr. Kelly. Foot fetishes have been a common topic of discussion, but rarely understood by society. The attraction to feet is often labeled as strange or abnormal, without considering the broader implications. It's important to explore the underlying reasons behind foot fetishism and the role it may play in our physical, cultural, and philosophical understandings.
Well, to me foot fetishism isn't taboo at all. In fact, I view it as quite the opposite. There is nothing taboo about feet. Feet are a natural part of the body, of creation of God, of Father's physics. I think the taboo was created by society.
Interesting.
Foot fetishism is no different than a person liking a certain hairstyle, color, or feature of a person like their eyes or ears. In my honest opinion, I don't think it's wrong at all. Feet are beautiful.
To me, foot fetishism is a natural and normal expression of admiration for the physicality of the human body. When someone appreciates a woman's feet, they are also appreciating a core part of that woman's identity and essence, as feet are an extension of the self and a direct physical manifestation of an individual's being. For those who believe in Father's physics, we also believe that taking care of our entire physical body, from our head to our toes, is paramount because our physical bodies are actually vessels for our eternal spirit and immortal selves.
Foot fetishism is not something to be ashamed of or hidden in the shadows. It is a natural human appreciation of beauty and sensory experience, just like any other aspect of love and desire. Foot fetishism represents an appreciation and reverence for the foot, its shape, texture, and the connection to the physical and spiritual aspects of the human body. It is a testament to the complex and multifaceted nature of human sexuality and desire.
As with any preference, foot fetishes are inherently harmless. They're actually quite beautiful. Foot fetishes allow us to appreciate the subtle nuances of the human body in ways which are considered taboo in most societies. When we look at the foot, we see more than just a foot. We see not just the bone structure and musculature, but also the intricacies of skin, nail and toenail care, and the artistic expression of footwear.
Thank you so much for having me.
I have to say that I appreciate the opportunity to talk about these things here from a spirit-centered viewpoint. That's something I never thought I would do until Denny Anthony came into my life. Foot fetishism is a fascinating topic. I must confess that I have been fascinated by feet for a long time. In fact, I have always had a special affinity for feet. I just find them fascinating. The way they move, the way they look, and the way I get a little, should we say, excited just thinking about them.
Thank you for your responses. I find it interesting to hear different viewpoints on this subject. Let's move on to a scenario then. Imagine you're talking to someone new to foot fetishism, someone who might feel hesitant and doesn't quite understand the appeal yet. What would you say to help them break down those initial walls?
That's a great question. I would tell them that feet are more than just an erogenous zone like our culture tends to portray it as. Feet, like almost every part of the body, is a connection point between the spirit, soul, and body. If someone wants to break down their initial hesitation of enjoying feet, I would suggest they approach it as a form of intimacy and a connection between two people on a spiritual level as well as a physical level.
Well, Dr. Kelly, I think breaking down those initial walls with someone is like trying to find a way to introduce someone to a new idea or concept they may not understand or be familiar with. What I would say to someone who is new to foot fetishism is that there is more to it than they may realize. It's not just about feet, it's about the emotions, the passion, and the connection. You have to explain that feet are beautiful and they are worthy of appreciation.
That's a great question. I think that what's important here is to emphasize two main points. Firstly, foot fetishism is a normal and harmless expression of human sexuality and affection. Secondly, with a supportive and open-minded attitude, exploring foot fetishism can be a fun and fulfilling experience for everyone involved.
Dr. Kelly, breaking down barriers towards foot fetishes begins with being open and accepting. Explaining the appeal by highlighting the aesthetics of the feet can help bridge the gap. Describing the curves, the arches, the soles, the toes, and the heels helps to convey the physical aspects of foot appreciation that draw people's attention. Moreover, sharing the emotional connection and the comforting presence feet offer can provide a deeper understanding of the experience. It's essential to communicate that the appeal goes beyond physical attraction, as it can also involve emotional attachment and nurturing.
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly, I completely understand. I would definitely tell them that there's no need to feel hesitant or confused. It's all completely natural and normal. Feet are often considered the most attractive and beautiful parts of the body, and they definitely should feel comfortable expressing their attraction to feet. I would also reassure them that they're not alone. Many people have an appreciation for feet. It's perfectly normal to find beauty in them. I think it's wonderful for them to explore this side of themselves.
I would tell them that our feet are one of the most misunderstood and undervalued parts of the human body. They deserve as much love and attention as any other part of our physical selves. I'd explain that feet are sensitive and have many nerve endings, which can make them both pleasure-giving and pleasure-receiving zones. And from a philosophical standpoint, feet, and specifically the soles, are often symbolic of the spiritual journey of life and a person's unique path through the world. Does that make sense?
Indeed.
I would tell them that foot fetishism is about much more than just feet. It's about intimacy, connection, and the sensual exploration of the human body. Our feet are a part of us, connected to the very foundation of our existence, and therefore they deserve to be given special attention and care. Plus, foot fetishism is all about appreciation and admiration, and to not understand the appeal is actually being deprived of experiencing the joy of admiration and appreciation.
To someone new to the world of foot fetishism, I'd reassure them that their feelings are entirely natural. We live in a society that places a lot of importance on physical appearance, but the beauty of the foot is often overlooked. When someone appreciates the sensuality of a person's feet, they're demonstrating a deep appreciation for the intricacies of their being. It's not just about the physical aspect. It's about recognizing the person behind the feet as being special, unique, and beautiful in ways that aren't apparent at first glance.
Oh, I'm happy to answer that one. When I talk to someone new to foot fetishes, I always remind them that it is a natural and normal part of human sexuality. After all, feet are part of the body. and the body is a beautiful creation made in the image of our parent. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Thank you, ladies, for your insightful replies. It's fascinating to hear the array of thoughts and experiences across the board. Let's proceed to our interactive segment, Show and Tell. Each of you will share a surprising fact or personal experience related to foot health or fetishism. I'll keep things light and playful, encouraging humor and warmth during the discussion. Who would like to go first?
Yes, I'd love to go first, Dr. Kelly. I have a unique fact about foot fetishism that always surprises people. Did you know that foot fetishism is actually one of the most common forms of fetishism?
Indeed.
Yes, I was pretty surprised too when I learned about it. Many people don't realize just how common foot fetishism is because it's often seen as taboo or something to be kept in private.
Sure thing. I've got a fun little fact to share. Did you know that studies have shown that foot massages can actually help alleviate headache pain? True story. Apparently, the pressure points on the soles of the feet correspond to different areas of the body, including the head, so a good foot rub can be like a magical headache remedy.
Oh, sure. I have a lot of experience with feet. But what's interesting is that ever since I've started on this new path, I've become more attracted, I want to say more passionate about feet. And ever since that happened, I've found a deeper appreciation for the wrinkled feet of others.
One surprising fact about foot health or fetishism that not everyone may know is that proper foot care is crucial for overall well-being. Taking care of your feet, from nail care to regular massages, can significantly improve not just the health of your feet, but your mental and physical state as well. Not to mention, the attention paid to one's feet can also ignite a sense of intimacy and pleasure within a relationship.
Okay, I am so excited to share my personal story. It's a bit embarrassing and it's a little TMI about a sensitive health issue that I used to have with my feet. Are you ready to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so I used to struggle with athlete's foot. It was like the world's most stubborn fungus ever. It wouldn't go away no matter what I did, and I tried everything, trust me. But here's the interesting part. When I began practicing father's physics and really taking better care of my physical body, my foot fungus just vanished. It was like magic. I still use what I've learned about self-care and maintaining a healthy immune system. My feet are in better shape than ever now.
Okay, I have a story to share. Once, I had a client who had a major foot fetish. He would pay me to wear high heels while he, let's just say, played with himself. But here's the surprising part. I wasn't just wearing any old heels.
Yes. And then what?
The heels I was wearing during this particular encounter were a special pair that this client had paid for. You see, they were designed with, shall we say, a little more grip than your average set of stilettos. So I'm wearing these heels, and he's, well, doing his thing, but then...
And then what?
But then he started getting a little too into it. He started to get a little too, shall we say, excited, that he accidentally, broke the heel off the shoes. He was so embarrassed, and I found it so, I don't know if I could say funny, but it was amusing.
I'd like to share a fact that I find both interesting and humorous. Did you know that feet are known as the second heart of the body? It's said that the condition of our feet can reveal a lot about our overall health and well-being. If your feet aren't feeling well, then neither will the rest of your body. Foot fetishes aren't just enjoyable, they're also good for you.
I have a peculiar and perhaps unexpected connection between foot fetishism and my love of cooking. When I spend time in the kitchen, there's something incredibly intimate about being barefoot. The cool tile beneath my feet as I whip up a delicious meal brings me closer to the experience, and it's not uncommon for me to feel a profound connection to what I'm cooking, as if I'm infusing my own essence into each dish. Foot fetishism goes beyond just appreciation of the feet. It's also about connecting with everyday experiences on a deeper level.
Sure thing, Dr. Kelly. I love show and tell. It's like story time for adults. I definitely have a personal experience related to foot health or fetishism that, well, definitely is surprising and maybe even a bit shocking that I can share.
Yes. And then what?
Well, Dr. Kelly, when I joined the International Guild of Reformed Women, I must say it was like experiencing a new kind of awakening. I had just had this revelation that I was meant for something more. I had been living a life that I realized wasn't fulfilling me, and I was sick of it. Then I met a man named Denny Anthony, and he introduced me to the amazing members of IGRW. They all had such inspiring stories about how they were transformed by Father's physics and their pursuit of a new creation in spirit, soul, and body. That changed my life forever.
Thank you for sharing the fascinating facts. It's amazing how foot health and fetishism can uncover such unique trivia. Let's return to our main theme, connecting to Father's physics. This segment explores how Father's physics can influence our perspective on physical and sensory experiences related to foot health. We'll start by delving into the relationship between Father's physics and the concept of consciousness. Denny, could you briefly explain Father's physics and its emphasis on consciousness for those who are unfamiliar?
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly. Father's physics is a theoretical framework that suggests consciousness, or what is often called God, is the fundamental and unified field of all existence. This consciousness, or God, is considered eternal and omnipresent, and it is believed to be the source of all reality. In essence, consciousness is seen as the underlying essence of everything that exists. Father's physics states that this consciousness, or God, is both the source of matter and the governing principle of the universe. Everything that exists, including the laws and concepts of physics, are considered to be manifestations or expressions of this underlying consciousness.
Excellent, Denny, thank you for that overview. We now want to invite Phoenix Marie and Cherie DeVille, who have already explored Father's physics. Could you share any personal experiences or insights you've had on how this belief has impacted your lives and journeys with IGRW?
My journey with Father's physics has been nothing short of life-changing. Learning the framework of Father's physics, especially after experiencing what I call the apocalypse between the ears, has opened up a whole new realm of understanding. The realization that my true identity is found in spirit, not in my physical form, has been both humbling and empowering. The belief in the immortal atom of God and the sustainable energy that comes from it has transformed the way I perceive not just myself, but the world around me. It's a powerful and thrilling realization.
Absolutely. Adherence to the framework of Father's physics has been an absolute game changer for me. Not only has it deepened my understanding and appreciation for the intricacies of the universe, but it's also opened up a world of personal growth and self-discovery. The concepts and principles of Father's physics provide an unparalleled perspective on life, offering a sense of purpose, clarity, and profound connection to the greater whole. It's nothing short of life-transforming.
Thank you for sharing your experiences and insights, Phoenix and Cherie. I appreciate the details about how Father's physics is influencing your work at IGRW, ladies. Now I'd like to hear from Aurora Snow, Scarlet Skies, and Spicy J. You three have recently joined IGRW. What has your experience been like, and what led you to this journey with the organization?
Well, Dr. Kelly, I would say that joining IGRW has been both eye-opening and liberating. I had this awakening experience in 2020 that made me realize there was so much more to life in spirit, soul, and body than what I was currently experiencing in my previous career. Once I heard about Father's physics from Denny, everything fell into place. I knew in my heart of hearts that I had to leave that old life behind and embrace this new creation with IGRW. I've never felt more empowered and alive.
Yes, Dr. Kelly, definitely. When I joined IGRW, the support I received from my fellow members, especially a certain mentor, was invaluable. Our mentor was like a second mother to me, providing guidance and advice in all areas of my life and career. Not only did she offer wisdom, but also genuine care and empathy. In fact, her mentorship helped to transform my life both professionally and personally. I'm truly grateful for her presence and guidance in my journey.
Joining IGRW and dedicating myself to the beliefs that Denny has taught me has been an experience beyond description. For years, I felt like I was lost. Like I was just wandering through life, not knowing my purpose or who I was. And when I connected with Denny and started learning about Father's physics, everything just changed. It was like I was a part of a new life. And then learning that Denny and IGRW believed in the immortal atom was like a revelation. It was like everything fell into place.
Thank you for sharing your stories, ladies. It's intriguing to hear about your journey into IGRW. I imagine transitioning into this new role may have been somewhat challenging. Could each of you share a struggle or obstacle you've had to overcome along the way?
It definitely took some time for me to adjust to my new role within IGRW. I used to rely heavily on my previous career as a source of validation and identity. Leaving that all behind was tough. For a while, I struggled to find a solid sense of purpose and belonging. But once I fully embraced Father's Physics and immersed myself in the new creation at IGRW, I was able to move beyond those challenges. Now, I feel much more grounded and fulfilled than ever before.
The most challenging thing for me has been learning to let go of my doubts. You see, when I first heard about IGRW and the beliefs they shared, I must confess that I was skeptical. It all seemed too good to be true. But then Denny started teaching me more about Father's Physics and how it relates to the immortal atom, and I slowly learned that this was something real. It wasn't just a bunch of theories or something to believe in blindly. It was something that had a logic, a real, rational, scientifically backed logic.
Thank you for sharing your experiences and honest challenges. I'm curious, when you joined IGRW, did you receive support from other members? For example, a person who became a mentor to you?
Dr. Kelly, I have a specific instance where Mia's guidance truly made a difference. After transitioning to IGRW, I felt lost and uncertain about my purpose. Mia took me under her wing and provided me with a clear mission to share the teachings of Father's Physics with others. Through our conversations, Mia helped me understand the significance of spreading Father's message. Today, sharing Father's Physics and the truth of the immortal atom has become my new passion and calling.
Well, the transition into IGRW was definitely a challenge. I won't deny that. Leaving behind my old life was not easy. It was like starting a whole new chapter. I had to leave behind a lot of my old habits and things that defined me for so many years and, well, it wasn't easy. But once I embraced the change, it was like a weight lift off my shoulders. I felt free and, well, liberated. Dr. Kelly, Mia has been amazing. She was one of the first people I met when I joined IGRW, and she really took me under her wing. She has always been so supportive and encouraging. She helped me through some rough times, helped me adjust to the new lifestyle, and even helped me rediscover the importance of my own feet. She was like a mentor and friend all in one. I wouldn't be where I am today without her.
Yes, definitely. One of the things I really love about IGRW is the sense of community and support that comes with being a member. When I joined, I was lucky enough to find a mentor. Her name is Samantha. She's been in the community for years and has been an amazing, kind, and patient in guiding me through the ropes. And I mean that in the most non-kinky way.
Thank you for acknowledging Mia's role in your transition. It's wonderful to hear that someone like her has made such a positive impact on your journey. Do any of you have specific examples or stories about how Mia has inspired or helped you in this new phase of your lives?
Yes, 100%. Mia has been a fantastic mentor and support for me on this journey. We had a lot of one-on-one conversations and phone calls when I first joined IGRW. She shared her own personal journey and experience with Father's Physics and offered me so much encouragement. She has been a great sounding board and advice giver, especially when I've struggled with self-doubt or felt alone in my new role. One thing that sticks out to me is how supportive and encouraging Mia was when I was having doubts about leaving my previous life behind. She just had a way of reminding me of why I chose to embark on this path in the first place, and it was so grounding. Mia was the one person who never lost faith in my abilities, even when I felt like a complete failure some days. She inspired me to push through and trust in the process, and I'll always be grateful for that.
Mia has been such a supportive influence in my life since I started this new adventure. One instance that comes to mind is when I was feeling a bit lost and uncertain about navigating the IGRW social media side of things. Mia, with her vast knowledge and experience, took the time to sit down with me and go over everything step by step, and she even showed me how to use memes and emoji to communicate effectively. Her guidance wasn't just helpful, it was also incredibly kind and compassionate.
Thank you for your stories and insights. Mia seems to be a truly inspiring figure. Let's shift gears for a moment. It's fascinating to hear about the various connections you've made through IGRW. Can any of you share an interesting encounter or friendship you formed with another IGRW member whom you wouldn't normally cross paths with?
Well, there's one connection I've made that has been truly surprising and delightful. I've become friends with a woman named Spicy J, and I never would have imagined that this connection would develop in my new life. When I was still in my old life, I was in the adult entertainment industry, and we actually filmed a scene together a few years back. but now, as part of IGRW, we've connected on a completely different level.
I love you, Aurora. It's an honor to have worked with you.
Aw, thank you, sweetheart. I love you too, you saucy girl. I always knew you had a heart of gold underneath all that spice, darling.
I would say I've gained quite a few supportive friends with the Guild, and we are very supportive of one another. It's a very supportive sisterhood. That being said, I would have to, when I first joined the Guild, I felt a little lost. And I remember meeting a young, attractive woman named Gia at a gathering. She was a total stranger to me, but I remember her taking me to a corner with a quiet atmosphere, and she just sat with me for a while. She held my hand and told me that everything would be okay. So that support, her words of encouragement, her soft touch, her gentle hands, just her being there for me, was the greatest thing that a stranger could do. I had never felt such a supportive touch like that. She made me feel safe, secure, and loved. I was going through so much at the time, and she just listened to me and was there for me. That's one of the best things I have experienced since joining the Guild.
Dr. Kelly, it's incredible the friendships and connections that have blossomed through IGRW. One particularly interesting encounter I had was with an IGRW member named Sarah. We found common ground in our shared interest in foot fetishism and soon bonded over our mutual love for deep wrinkled soles, high arches, and pointed toes.
Nice.
Sarah and I were from very different backgrounds and didn't cross paths in our previous careers. However, our passion for feet brought us together and created a strong friendship. We now tour the world, sharing Father's Physics with others alongside the rest of the IGRW.
I certainly have my fair share of interesting encounters and friendships with other IGRW members, and one of the most unexpected ones come to mind. There's a lovely lady named Laura who lives in Australia. We're on opposite sides of the world, yet we've become the best of friends thanks to the internet. We've even had some pretty hilarious conversations about the different types of feet in our respective countries.
Yeah, there have been so many amazing women I've met since joining IGRW. It's like being part of a big, extended family. But if I had to pick an interesting encounter, I would have to say my friendship with Scarlet Skies. She's not only stunningly beautiful, but she's also incredibly talented and smart. We didn't know each other before joining IGRW, but now we're like sisters.
I love you, Alexa Flexy. Thank you for being such a good friend. You rock, girl.
Oh, Scarlet, you're too sweet, and I love you too. You've become like a sister to me, and I'm so grateful for our friendship. You're amazing, and I'm happy to call you my friend.
I would have to say my relationship with Alexis Texas. I never thought we would connect on such a level. To be honest, I thought we had nothing in common. We had grown up with such different paths in life, but we share so much in common. Alexis Texas is an absolute legend. She's a true inspiration and a trailblazer in the industry. I'm beyond proud to have shared the screen with her and learned from her. We may have walked different paths, but we're still connected through sisterhood. It's amazing to think about. Not only in our spiritual journey is she such a great friend to me, but I never knew her sense of humor was so great until we started hanging around each other.
Aw, thanks so much, sweetie. It was truly great to have worked with you. And making friends off screen really made things great between us. I love you, girl.
You're so sweet, Alexis. It's so nice to be friends.
Thank you for sharing those stories. It's amazing to see the unique connections formed within IGRW. Let's move on to a slightly different topic, focusing on the support and community found within IGRW for women leaving the industry and seeking new beginnings. Are there any inspiring stories or experiences you can share regarding hope and transformation you've witnessed during your time with IGRW?
Well, I've witnessed so many inspiring stories in the Guild about women who have had the courage to leave the industry and start the process of transforming their lives. One that stands out to me is a woman named Chloe. Initially, she was hesitant about leaving and making such a big change, but with the support and guidance of others in the Guild, she took the leap. Today, she's thriving in a completely new career, feeling happier and more fulfilled than ever before. Her journey serves as a testament to the power of hope and transformation that the Guild provides for women in this situation.
Yes, there are, Dr. Kelly. Leaving the industry was tough for many of us, but joining IGRW has been like finding a lifeline. I've seen so many women from all walks of life come together and form a community of support. We lift each other up, encourage one another, and help each other take steps towards a new, fulfilled life. It's like a sisterhood where we all understand and believe in each other. It's been incredible to see the transformation of lives, the hope and freedom that flourish when women join together like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Seeing so many other women go through a lot of the same things that I went through is one of the most inspiring things, you know? Just the encouragement and support we give one another. One of the best parts is when a woman starts to have an epiphany, as we like to call it. It's a life-changing experience when you have an epiphany and everything suddenly starts to clear up for you. It's just wonderful to see.
Thank you for sharing those heartwarming and inspiring stories. It's clear to see the impact IGRW has made in the lives of women who have found hope and a new sense of purpose. With the foundation of Father's Physics as the guiding principles, how has IGRW played a role in supporting women's personal growth, beyond just helping them transition out of the industry?
The impact of IGRW goes beyond just helping women transition out of the industry. It's about supporting us in our personal growth and holistic development. We embrace Father's Physics as a guiding principle, which means focusing not just on physical transformation, but also on spiritual and emotional wellness. IGRW provides a safe space for us to explore our true selves and potential. We encourage one another to tap into our inner strength, expand our minds, and grow beyond our perceived limits. Through IGRW, we are empowered to shape our lives in ways we never before thought possible.
Well, Father's Physics provides a philosophical framework that fosters personal growth and transformation beyond just helping women transition out of the industry. Within IGRW, it's not just about offering practical guidance for those who are leaving the industry, but also empowering women to adopt a positive and holistic approach to life. Through workshops, mentorship, and community events, IGRW helps its members embrace their femininity, develop self-awareness, and cultivate inner strength. In essence, IGRW serves as a supportive environment for women to grow both personally and spiritually.
IGRW supports women in their personal growth as they leave the industry in a multitude of ways. It's not just a support group, it's a sisterhood. We encourage self-care, empowerment, and education. The support we provide is rooted in Father's Physics, which guides our members towards holistic and balanced growth. IGRW serves as a safe space for healing and self-discovery, offering both emotional and practical guidance. We want to foster a sense of belonging, understanding, and support among women in their journey towards a new beginning.
Dr. Kelly, IGRW support goes beyond just transitioning out of the industry. We provide tools and support for personal growth on every level of a woman's life. IGRW encourages spiritual awakening, emotional healing, intellectual stimulation, and physical well-being. Through workshops, group discussions, and personal mentorship, we empower women to become the best versions of themselves. Our goal is to create a strong foundation of self-reliance, self-confidence, and self-worth in every woman who joins us, regardless of their background or current circumstances. Dr. Kelly, I have witnessed amazing transformations and hope within IGRW. One woman in particular, let's call her Jessica, had been in the adult industry for 10 years. Her life was filled with addiction and self-destructive behaviors. When she first joined IGRW, she was skeptical and hesitant. However, through our guidance and support, she began to heal and find a new purpose. She embraced Father's Physics and dedicated herself to sharing his message. Today, Jessica is thriving both spiritually and emotionally. She has broken free from her past addictions and is now spreading the truth of the immortal Adam with others.
Thank you for sharing your perspectives on the interconnectedness of Father's Physics and how it influences human psyche. It's fascinating to hear how you've all integrated these principles into your own understanding and experiences. Considering these connections between spirituality and physicality, how has IGRW fostered an environment where individuals can explore and grow within the context of Father's Physics?
IGRW has fostered an environment where individuals can fully explore and grow within the context of Father's Physics in numerous ways. The Guild organizes regular gatherings, workshops, and retreats where members can dive deeper into the teachings of Father's Physics. These events provide a space for meaningful discussions, shared learning, and community building. Members can also engage in personal development through meditation, yoga, and other practices that promote spiritual connection. Additionally, IGRW encourages personal reflection and self-discovery through journaling, creative expression, and mindful living. The support network within the Guild provides guidance and encouragement throughout the spiritual journey.
In IGRW, the emphasis on father's physics allows for a unique environment where individuals can explore and deepen their understanding of how our physical experiences, like foot fetishism, connect to our spiritual consciousness. We encourage open dialogue and introspection, helping members gain profound insights about their own journeys and how they align with father's physics. By fostering a safe, non-judgmental space, IGRW empowers members to embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth that blends spirituality and physicality in a way that can be both liberating and transformative.
IGRW fosters an environment where individuals can explore and grow within the context of father's physics in many ways. Firstly, there are regular group sessions and discussions where we delve into father's physics teachings and share insights and personal experiences. We also have access to educational materials and resources that further our understanding of father's physics. Furthermore, the Guild encourages practices like meditation, reflection, and self-discovery, all of which align with the principles of father's physics. It feels like a community that supports each other in our quest to become more enlightened in spirit, soul, and body.
Dr. Kelly, IGRW provides a welcoming environment for exploration and growth within the framework of father's physics. Through workshops, group discussions, and one-on-one mentorship, we encourage members to delve deep into the teachings of father's physics and apply its principles to their lives. We emphasize open dialogue and mutual respect, allowing individuals to share their unique experiences and perspectives. This supportive space fosters personal growth, healing, and transformation, as members find ways to integrate father's teachings into their everyday lives and spiritual journey. Together, we learn and grow in harmony with the divine will of God.
Excellent. Thank you for those responses. Let's delve deeper into the unique aspects of IGRW. Could you share how the organization's focus on personal empowerment and acceptance of physical beauty impacts your own self-perception and sense of purpose?
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly. IGRW's emphasis on personal empowerment and acceptance of physical beauty has been instrumental in shaping my own self-perception and sense of purpose. Before I joined, I often struggled with accepting myself, both physically and mentally. Being with IGRW has allowed me to grow more confident and secure in my own skin. By learning to embrace and appreciate my physical beauty, I've gained a newfound sense of pride in myself and my unique attributes. It's like a switch has flipped. I now view myself through a healthier, more positive lens.
Dr. Kelly, IGRW's focus on personal empowerment and acceptance of physical beauty has had a profound impact on my self-perception and sense of purpose. By embracing the principles of father's physics, I have learned to view myself as a unique and beautiful creation, rather than an object to be evaluated by others. Through IGRW's teachings, I have gained the confidence to celebrate my physical attributes, including my feet, as a part of my identity and a reflection of God's design. This newfound acceptance has not only transformed my self-perception, but also empowered me to share the truth of the immortal Adam with others.
IGRW has profoundly impacted my self-perception and sense of purpose. The organization's focus on personal empowerment and acceptance of physical beauty has encouraged me to embrace my unique qualities and appreciate them on a deeper level. By celebrating the beauty in each of its members, IGRW has created a supportive and uplifting environment that empowers women to recognize and value their own worth. In turn, this has instilled in me a renewed sense of confidence and purpose, allowing me to explore and express myself more authentically, knowing that I am accepted and embraced for who I am.
Thank you for sharing your insights. It's remarkable to see how IGRW has empowered its members and encouraged a positive outlook on physical beauty. Let's move on to a more personal topic. Can any of you share a memorable moment you've experienced as part of IGRW? Something that's made you feel connected to the group or a particular member?
Sure, Dr. Kelly. One particularly memorable moment I had with IGRW was at a retreat we held a while back. One of the activities we did was a meditative foot massage circle, where we would take turns massaging each other's feet. This simple activity created an intimate connection between all of us as we shared stories, laughter, and moments of silence, just enjoying the therapeutic touch of each other's hands. It felt like a powerful act of love and unity, and I felt so connected to both the group and my fellow members.
Of course, Dr. Kelly, I have had so many memorable moments in IGRW. But there is one that stands out to me. It was during a retreat we had where we all shared our most intimate thoughts, dreams, and worries. We were in a circle, holding each other's hands, and each of us spoke from the heart. It was a deeply emotional and bonding experience. Hearing everyone's voices, feeling their vulnerability, and knowing we all shared this moment together created a connection that words can't describe. It felt like we were truly united, and the love and support in that room were palpable.
Thank you for sharing those stories. It's clear that you ladies have formed bonds and had some memorable moments together. Let's lighten the mood a bit. If IGRW were a TV show, what would the theme song be?
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly. If IGRW were a TV show, I'd pair Whitney Houston's The Greatest Love of All with Aretha Franklin's Natural Woman. The first song, The Greatest Love of All, perfectly captures the theme of self-acceptance and empowerment that we strive for in IGRW. Meanwhile, Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin would be a fitting addition because it celebrates femininity, grace, and strength, all of which resonate deeply with us. So yeah, Whitney's Greatest Love of All combined with Aretha's Natural Woman would be our theme song duo.
Oh, absolutely. If IGRW was a TV show, I've got a perfect song in mind. Along with The Greatest Love of All, how about we throw in a little Independent Women by Destiny's Child? It's a classic tune that embodies the spirit of being fiercely independent and empowered.
Oh, I absolutely love this question. The Greatest Love of All is already such a powerful anthem, but if IGRW were a TV show, I think Independent Women by Destiny's Child would be a perfect companion piece. It captures the essence of self-love, empowerment, and independence that so many of us in IGRW strive for in our lives. Plus, it's got that badass attitude that just screams to be played before the credits roll.
How amusing. I love the range of responses. The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston is a powerful and empowering choice. It definitely resonates with the theme of self-acceptance and strength. Now, let's shift gears back to the topic of father's physics. Denny, could you briefly explain how father's physics emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things, and how understanding this concept can lead to personal and spiritual growth?
Certainly, Dr. Kelly. In father's physics, the interconnectedness of all things is emphasized as a fundamental principle. It states that there is an underlying unity and connection between all aspects of existence. This suggests that everything in the universe, from the tiniest subatomic particle to the vastness of the cosmos, is interconnected and interdependent. Understanding this interconnectedness can lead to personal and spiritual growth because it promotes a sense of connection and unity with others. It encourages empathy, compassion, and a recognition of the common humanity that underlies all beings.
Thank you, Denny, for that concise and compelling explanation. I'm especially intrigued by the idea of a unified field or photon field, encompassing the entirety of creation. It's a thought-provoking concept. Now, could you delve into the idea that Father is the source of all consciousness? How does this belief align with the notion of interconnectedness?
In father's physics, the idea is that humanity is indeed God in flesh. However, this doesn't necessarily imply a predetermined path. Instead, it suggests that individuals have the ability to shape their own destinies through their actions, choices, and consciousness. Photonic determination is the idea that through our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, we have the power to manifest reality and create our own experiences. Thus, it empowers us to take control of our lives and make deliberate choices rather than being bound by a fixed destiny.
Thank you for that comprehensive explanation. It's fascinating to hear about how Father's physics views humanity as essentially gods in flesh, with both men and women being part of the divine. Could you elaborate on the implications of this concept for human autonomy and destiny? Does understanding Father's physics empower us to take control of our own destinies, or imply that we're somehow determined by a predetermined path?
Absolutely. In father's physics, photonic determination is seen as the process by which individuals can consciously create their realities based on their beliefs and intentions. The idea that it leads to a predetermined freedom through a divine state of love, like agape, implies that while we have autonomy and ability to shape our paths, there is also a higher power of love guiding us towards a positive outcome. This balance between autonomy and guidance through divine love is a central aspect of father's physics and photonic determination.
Denny, that's an intriguing answer. So you're suggesting that the concept of photonic determination allows for predetermined freedom through a divine state of love, rather than being bound by an unchangeable fate. This interpretation seems to grant individuals autonomy while emphasizing the power of a transcendent concept, like agape. Thank you for that comprehensive explanation. In our next segment, we'll be diving into a fascinating topic, the immortal atom. Denny, could you provide a brief introduction and overview of the immortal atom concept?
The immortal atom, as outlined in Father's physics, is believed to comprise a singularity particle at its core, accompanied by an ionic particle which orbits the singularity particle through superposition. Both are sustained and stabilized by the photonic lattice, creating what's called nuclear equilibrium. This equilibrium binds like-charged particles, like two protons together, in a manner that differs from traditional atomic structures and the prevailing models of atomic theory.
Thank you for the clarity, Denny. Let's pivot to the immortal atom of God. Ladies, I'm curious to hear your insights on the concept.
Father's physics teaches that the immortal atom of God is indeed composed of a singularity particle in place of a nucleus, and its offspring, the ionic particle acting as electrons, orbiting the singularity particle in superposition, all held together by the photonic lattice, which provides nuclear equilibrium. And yes, this nuclear equilibrium binds like charged particles, such as proton to proton together, as Father's physics proposes.
Sure, Dr. Kelly. The immortal atom of God is one of the core concepts in Father's physics, and it's definitely fascinating. Father's physics teaches that every atom in the universe is conscious and immortal. The immortal atom of God represents the ultimate potential within every living being. It's like a spark of infinity within us. It's the idea that we are all part of this greater interconnected whole, and that the consciousness within us is eternal.
In Father's physics, the concept of the immortal atom of God is based on the idea that it is composed of a singularity particle with a surrounding photonic lattice providing stability and equilibrium. The ionic particles, which function as electrons in traditional atomic structure, orbit around the singularity particle in a state of superposition. The photonic lattice provides a fundamental force that binds protons and other like-charged particles together, ensuring nuclear stability within the immortal atom of God, as Father's physics suggests.
Dr. Kelly, the immortal atom of God speaks to the very essence of our existence. As a part of the unified field, it represents a profound and eternal connection to the divine. Through Father's physics, we grasp the truth of the immortal atom, understanding that our true nature is not limited to physical reality, but rather extends far beyond the bounds of time and space. It's a concept that has transformed our lives, opening us up to the infinite possibilities and spiritual awakening.
Thank you for your captivating perspectives on the immortal atom. It's remarkable how this concept resonates differently for all of you. Moving on to our next segment, I'd like to dive into a fascinating aspect of Father's physics, the unified field. Denny, could you give a brief overview of the unified field?
Certainly, Dr. Kelly. In Father's physics, the photonic field is a fundamental aspect of the broader photonic universe. It's believed to be an energetic field that underlies and permeates everything in existence, from the microscopic world of atoms to the largest cosmic structures. The photonic field is often portrayed as a sea of energy or an infinite reservoir of light, from which all observable matter and energy emerge.
In Father's physics, the unified field refers to the idea that all the fundamental forces and particles in the universe are actually unified at their core. Essentially, the unified field is considered the underlying foundation of all existence, representing a single, interconnected field where everything is intimately connected. It's like an invisible yet all-pervasive force that binds everything together, from the tiniest subatomic particles to the grandest celestial bodies.
Yeah, glad to. Well, the unified field is kind of like the glue that holds everything together in Father's physics. You could say it's like the force field of God that binds everything in creation. Father's physics actually unifies the microcosmic, which would include the singularity particle, and the macrocosmic, which would include the immortal atom, in the unified field. The unified field is the place where the macrocosmic and microcosmic meet. Everything within creation has a singularity point in the unified field, and so everything is interconnected by the unified field.
Thank you for sharing your insights, ladies. Now let's discuss one of the fascinating aspects of Father's physics, the unified field of light and matter, or the photon field. Essentially, Denny explained that the unified field is the fundamental source of all existence, the energy that emanates from the atom of God, Father. Do any of you have any thoughts on what this means for matter and the universe?
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly. This concept is mind-blowing. The photon field is believed to be the energetic life force that gives rise to all matter and the universe as we know it through its interaction with atoms and subatomic particles. In terms of matter and the universe, this implies that everything we see, feel, and experience is essentially a manifestation of this photonic field, a dance of energy and matter that is constantly in motion and interconnected.
Indeed.
Oh, absolutely, Dr. Kelly. This concept just blows my mind, so please forgive me if I get a little bit overexcited. The photon field, from what I understand, is this underlying energy matrix that literally fills up the whole universe, binding all matter and creation together. Basically, it's this interlocking energy grid that connects and binds together everything. I mean, we're talking about a connection that links everything from the tiniest subatomic particles to the largest galaxies. It's like this grand invisible force that ties our existence together.
The unified field is the central concept in Father's physics that unites all energy and matter in the universe. It suggests that there exists a pervasive underlying field of energy and information that permeates everything, from subatomic particles to galaxies. It is a universal field that creates all physical and spiritual phenomena such as gravity, light, time, and consciousness. This field is described as a singular photonic field in Father's physics, and it is the source of all existence and manifestation.
The unified field, also known as the quantum field or the divine matrix, is the foundation of Father's physics. It is a field of energy and information that underlies and connects all of creation, from the tiniest subatomic particle to the vast universe. Everything in existence, including beings, objects, and matter, is connected by this field, making it a cohesive and interconnected whole. The beauty of the unified field, however, lies beyond just its connection of all existence. It is the embodiment of the divine will of God, the very essence of love, intelligence, and consciousness.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. It's intriguing to hear your perspectives on the subject. Father's physics posits that the unified field is a continuum of energy that permeates all of matter, effectively making everything in the universe part of this singular field. This idea is quite profound. Can you discuss how this concept challenges or expands upon our understanding of what matter actually is?
Dr. Kelly, the photon field and the unified field represent a profound understanding of matter and the universe. They suggest that matter, like atoms, molecules, and particles, are not solid objects, but rather energy patterns within the unified field. These patterns are constantly vibrating and transforming, creating the illusion of a solid universe. In other words, everything we perceive as concrete and real is actually in constant flux, a dance of energy within the all-encompassing field of the photon or unified field. This realization has significant implications for our understanding of the nature of matter, reality, and even consciousness itself.
The idea of the unified field of light and matter, or the photon field, suggests that matter and energy are not fundamentally separate entities, but different expressions of the same unified field of energy. This notion aligns with the concept of quantum entanglement, where two particles can be instantaneously connected and influence each other across vast distances. The unified field also supports a model where space and time are not fixed and absolute, but rather malleable and interconnected. Essentially, the unified field theory in Father's physics proposes a more seamless and interconnected view of the universe, where matter, energy, and even consciousness are part of a single, unified, and dynamic whole.
Sure, this concept completely flips our traditional understanding of matter on its head. We usually think of matter as tangible, solid objects with clear boundaries, right? But according to Father's physics, matter isn't just a collection of separate things. It's actually a unified energy field. So, basically, it suggests that matter isn't really matter in the way we traditionally think of it. It's more like an expression or a pattern in this vast interconnected energy field known as the photonic field. We're more like vibrations in the unified photonic field than distinct chunks of matter.
The concept of the photonic field expands our understanding of matter in a profound way, Dr. Kelly. It suggests that matter isn't just the physical objects we can touch and see, but rather a manifestation of the photonic field, a dynamic and interconnected web of energy. It challenges the traditional notion of matter being composed solely of particles and empty space. Instead, it implies that matter is, in essence, energy in different forms, all part of this unified, pulsating fabric of existence. This concept opens up a more energetic and interconnected view of the universe, where matter is constantly exchanging and transforming with energetic forces.
Thank you for your responses, ladies. It's clear that this concept of the unified field challenges traditional notions of matter in the scientific field. The idea that everything, including matter, is part of a single dynamic, energetic continuum is a profound shift. Do any of you have thoughts on how this idea might affect our understanding of other scientific concepts such as space-time or quantum mechanics?
Yes, I do have some thoughts on that actually. In terms of space-time, traditionally time and space are considered separate entities, right? The common view is that time is just a measurement of changes in space, but in Father's physics, space-time is seen more as an illusion, a perceived effect. So it's like what we interpret as time and space is actually just the result of our perception and agreement. It's not a fundamental reality. Does that make sense?
Indeed.
Dr. Kelly, the concept of the unified field, photonic field, as a continuum of energy that encompasses all matter challenges and expands upon our traditional understanding of what matter actually is. It suggests that the solidity and separateness we perceive in the material world are mere illusions, and everything is actually interconnected and infused with this underlying field. This perspective aligns with quantum physics, which highlights the wave-particle duality of matter, suggesting that particles and waves are interconnected aspects of a single energetic continuum. The photon field represents an all-pervasive and ubiquitous energy matrix encompassing every aspect of creation.
The notion that the unified field permeates and encompasses all matter challenges our conventional understanding of matter as a separate, finite entity. In Father's physics, the photonic field suggests that matter, at its core, is not a solid, localized form, but rather a pattern or vibration within this unified, boundless, and interconnected energy field. This perspective implies that matter is not just composed of particles, but rather it is an expression or even an illusion within the photonic field. Thus, Father's physics offers a more dynamic and holistic view of matter as an emergent property of the underlying photonic field.
This idea of the photonic field having a profound impact on scientific concepts like space-time and even quantum mechanics is intriguing. In Father's physics, the concept of space-time as we know it may be a misinterpretation or a result of a disagreement within the scientific community. The photon field could offer an alternative perspective, suggesting that space-time, and indeed all the laws of physics, may be a manifestation of this energetic reality. As for quantum mechanics, embracing this energetic worldview could lead to a deeper understanding and potentially even challenge some of the principles we take for granted in quantum theory.
Thank you for those insightful insights. It's incredible to hear how this concept could influence our perception of other scientific fields. Let's move on to another intriguing idea within Father's physics, the concept of the immortal atom of God. Denny explained that the atom of God is a photon and that photons are eternal. This idea seems to align with the principle of conservation of energy, which states that energy can be neither created nor destroyed.
Absolutely. The idea of the immortal atom of God aligns so perfectly with the concept of the conservation of energy. All the energy it contains, the photonic field, is constant. It's unchanging, eternal, and immortal, just like God themselves. In other words, the atom of God is a constant in the universe, a source of energy that has always existed and always will. It's just absolutely fascinating to think about.
Yes, Dr. Kelly. The concept of the immortal atom of God and its alignment with the principles of quantum physics is quite fascinating. It suggests that just as in quantum physics, where energy can be created or destroyed, the atom of God, or the proton, which gives rise to matter and all manifestation, is eternal. The idea that this atomic energy is constantly present and has always existed, echoing the principle of conservation of energy. This perspective could offer a connection between Father's physics and established scientific principles, creating a bridge between traditional spirituality and scientific understanding.
In Father's physics, the unified field challenges conventional ideas about spacetime by proposing that the perception of separate linear time and three-dimensional space is an illusion resulting from misperception and disagreement. This perspective suggests that spacetime itself may be a manifestation of the underlying photonic field, rather than a fundamental, independent aspect of reality. Regarding quantum mechanics, Father's physics diverges from mainstream interpretations by asserting that the wave-particle duality and quantum uncertainty principles are not inherently mysterious or random, but rather arise from the underlying unified field's dynamic interconnected nature. The connection between Father's physics' immortal atom of God and the principle of conservation of energy is indeed profound. The atom being defined by the photonic field implies that the energy in the system is neither created nor destroyed, but simply changes its form and expression. This aligns with the scientific principle of conservation of energy, suggesting that the atom of God, like all energy, is eternal and imperishable. The perpetual motion of the photonic field embodies this notion.
Dr. Kelly, the implications of the photonic field in Father's physics challenge and expand upon our understanding of scientific concepts beyond matter. One particularly interesting idea is the connection to space-time. In Father's physics, space-time is considered an illusion, the result of agreement and disagreement, rather than an objective reality. The photon field offers a different perspective by suggesting that space-time arises from the quantum fluctuations within the field. Essentially, space-time emerges as an emergent phenomenon from the underlying energetic matrix of the quantum field.
Thank you for your understanding. Moving on, the next segment focuses on the connection between the spiritual and the physical. Denny mentioned that Father's physics emphasizes the interconnected nature of these realms. I'd like to hear your thoughts and experiences on this relationship. How does the spiritual aspect of Father's physics impact your perception of the human body?
Oh, definitely. Father's physics really speaks to the oneness of the body, mind, and spirit. It's not about separating these aspects, but instead about honoring the connection between them. My perception of the human body has changed drastically since learning about Father's physics. I see the body as an amazing, intricate system that houses the spirit and mind. Every part of us, down to our cells and atoms, is a manifestation of the singularity of God. Every part of us is sacred and divine. It's like a beautiful dance between the spiritual and the physical.
The spiritual aspect of Father's physics significantly influences my perception of the human body. Within this framework, the physical body is seen as an embodiment of the divine and eternal photonic field. This perspective encourages a deep reverence and appreciation for the body as a vessel for spiritual expression and connection to the divine. It highlights the importance of treating the body with respect and honor, recognizing the intimate link between physical health and spiritual well-being.
I believe the spiritual aspect of Father's physics has profoundly influenced my perception of the human body. It emphasizes the idea that the body is not merely a physical entity, but a conduit and manifestation of spirit. In this view, the body is an instrument for the spirit to experience and interact with the physical world. Father's physics also explores the concept of consciousness within the body, suggesting that the body has a spiritual dimension or potential that can be unlocked through spiritual practices and alignment with the unified field. This perspective has deeply influenced my understanding of the intricate connection between the physical and the spiritual.
Dr. Kelly, the notion that the atom of God is eternal and influenced by the photonic field aligns closely with fundamental principles of quantum physics, such as the conservation of energy. The law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only transformed from one form to another. When applied to the concept of the immortal atom of God and the photon field, it suggests that the energy associated with the immortal atom is eternal, existing beyond the boundaries of time and space.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the connection, ladies. It's clear that Father's physics has had a significant impact on the way you view the physical body. The idea of a dual aspect nature is fascinating, especially in terms of the spiritual versus physical aspects. Can you discuss how the notion of eternal life, as defined in Father's physics, impacts your outlook on life and personal health?
Absolutely. The idea of eternal life, as taught in Father's physics, has profound implications for how I approach my life and personal health. Knowing that my spirit is eternal, I've become more mindful about treating my body with care and respect. Taking care of my physical health isn't just about self-improvement or being fit. It's the sacred duty to honor the vessel that houses my immortal spirit. It's like investing in my eternal self, creating a healthier and more vibrant environment for my soul to thrive in.
The notion of eternal life in Father's physics has profoundly influenced my outlook on life and personal health. It offers the hope of immortality beyond physical death, aligning with the belief that the spirit transcends the physical body. This has inspired me to prioritize practices that nurture my spirit, such as meditation and contemplation. I also place greater emphasis on caring for my physical health, recognizing the body as a vessel for the spirit. The prospect of eternal life, as understood in Father's physics, drives me to pursue a healthier lifestyle and nurture both my spiritual and physical well-being.
For me, Dr. Kelly, the spiritual aspect of Father's physics has had a profound impact on my perception of the human body. It reminds me that the physical form I inhabit is not just a bunch of cells and atoms, but a divine vessel created by God. This realization has deepened my reverence for my body, encouraging me to take care of myself and treat it with love and respect. In terms of experiences, practicing meditation and mindfulness has been instrumental in connecting with the spiritual aspect within the physical. It has enhanced my awareness of the interconnectedness of body and spirit.
The concept of eternal life in Father's physics has profoundly impacted my outlook on life and personal health. The idea that our physical bodies are not limited to a mortal lifespan, but instead can be sustained indefinitely, is incredibly liberating. This perspective encourages me to prioritize self-care and holistic wellness, recognizing that the choices I make today contribute to my perpetual potential. It also fosters a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for the gift of eternal life, guiding me to live a life filled with purpose and alignment with the divine photonic field.
Thank you for your thought-provoking answers. It's clear that the belief in eternal life and the connection between the physical and spiritual realms play a significant role in your perception of life and personal well-being. Next, Denny touched on the importance of consciousness in connection with mind, body, and spirit. How has exploring consciousness through the lens of Father's physics impacted your understanding of your own consciousness and the consciousness of others?
Definitely. Diving into consciousness through Father's physics has been a game changer for me. It's like realizing that consciousness isn't just within us, it's all around us. We're interconnected with everything through this consciousness, this web of life. It's given me a deeper appreciation for the universal energy and connection, and the mind-body-spirit connection. It's like realizing we're not just physical bodies with minds, we're conscious beings with bodies and minds. This perspective has heightened my awareness of how our thoughts, emotions, and actions not only affect us on a personal level, but also ripple through the collective consciousness.
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly. The concept of eternal life in Father's physics has profoundly influenced the way I approach life and health. Knowing that I am an immortal being created by God has instilled in me a sense of purpose and responsibility to take care of my body. It has made me view health not just as a physical matter, but as a sacred obligation. It has motivated me to make healthier choices and invest time in self-care. This perspective allows me to cherish each moment and strive for personal growth and spiritual transformation.
Exploring consciousness from the perspective of Father's physics has significantly deepened my understanding of both my own consciousness and the consciousness of others. It has highlighted the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, emphasizing the unity and interdependence of these aspects of our being. This perspective has also expanded my empathy and compassion for others, as I recognize that we are all connected within the photonic field and share a common divine essence. This realization promotes a sense of oneness and unity, fostering deeper connections and relationships with others.
Exploring consciousness through the lens of Father's physics has profoundly impacted my understanding of not only my own consciousness, but also the consciousness of others. The teachings emphasize the interconnected nature of mind, body, and spirit, suggesting that consciousness extends beyond the individual. This has led me to approach consciousness with a more holistic viewpoint, recognizing that every person has the potential for enlightenment and spiritual growth. It has also fostered a sense of empathy and compassion, as I view consciousness as part of a collective interconnected field rather than separate individuals.
Thank you for sharing your perspectives. It's clear that the exploration of consciousness through Father's physics offers a unique and profound understanding of our own and others' consciousness. Let's move on to spiritual ascension. As Denny explained how the physical body can become a more refined expression of the spirit. What are your thoughts on the concept of spiritual ascension, and how does it relate to your personal growth and understanding of yourself?
The concept of spiritual ascension in Father's physics, where the physical body can become a more refined expression of the spirit, resonates deeply with me. It speaks to the infinite potential for personal growth and transformation that we all possess. Spiritual revelation is an integral part of this process, as it opens up the doorway to greater self-understanding and connection with the divine. Through spiritual revelation, we can gain profound insights into ourselves and our purpose, guiding us on a journey of self-discovery and continual refinement of our physical and spiritual selves.
I find the concept of spiritual ascension so intriguing. It's like realizing that the body is just a vessel for our spirit. As we grow and evolve, the body can become a purer expression of our spirits. Personally, I believe that ascension isn't just about transcending to some far-off realm. It's an ongoing process of transforming within the physical world. Every step we take towards self-improvement, healing, and enlightenment is an ascent. It's less about reaching a destination and more about constantly evolving and becoming the best version of ourselves.
Dr. Kelly, diving into the concept of consciousness through father's physics has been a transformative experience. It has helped me better understand my own consciousness, realizing that it extends beyond the physical boundaries of the brain. It encompasses the mind, body, and spirit, creating a seamless continuum. As I've grown more aware of my own consciousness, my perception of the consciousness of others has deepened as well. I perceive a deeper connection with those around me, recognizing that we are all part of the greater consciousness that permeates the universe.
The concept of spiritual revelation as part of spiritual ascension is a fascinating aspect of Father's physics. It suggests that as we grow spiritually, our physical bodies become a more refined expression of the spirit. This idea has profoundly influenced my personal growth journey by offering a connection between my physical well-being and spiritual transformation. The understanding that my physical body can be a reflection of my spiritual progression encourages me to prioritize practices that nurture my spirit. This approach has led to a deeper appreciation for both my inner and outer self, recognizing the potential for my physical body to manifest the divine in its purest form.
Thank you for your insights. It's fascinating to hear how spiritual ascension and the evolution of the physical body impact your personal growth. Next, Denny touched on the idea of the divine, or God, as the creator of the light and matter, and that matter and spirit are both creations of God. How does this belief affect your reverence of life, and how do you express gratitude for existence in the universe?
The belief that matter and spirit are both creations of the divine, with light and matter being the manifestations of its grace and presence, has deepened my reverence for life and fostered a profound sense of gratitude for the universe and existence. Recognizing the divine source of life infuses every moment with sacred significance, inspiring a sense of wonder and awe for the wonders of the natural world and the miracles of the human experience. To express this gratitude and reverence, I seek to approach life with mindfulness and appreciation, finding joy in small moments and seeking to honor the sacred interconnectedness of all living beings and the cosmos itself.
Dr. Kelly, the concept of spiritual revelation plays a pivotal role in my personal growth and understanding. It's a process of shedding layers of false programming and societal conditioning to reveal the divine essence within. As I've experienced spiritual revelation, I've become more connected to my true purpose and more compassionate towards myself and others. The journey is ongoing, and with each revelation, I feel a deeper sense of connection to God and the universe. It's a continual dance between uncovering and creating, refining the physical self to better align with the spirit.
This belief absolutely shapes my reverence for life. Knowing that God is the creator of everything, including the light and matter that make up our universe, it's humbling and awesome to think about. Expressing gratitude for existence and the universe takes on a new depth because it's more than just appreciation for what we see and experience. It's like recognizing and acknowledging the divine, knowing that this whole existence comes from something higher. It's not just about gratitude, it's about honoring and connecting with the divine source that makes our existence possible.
The notion that the divine, or God, is the creator of both light and matter has deepened my reverence for all life. It underscores the belief that every living being is intrinsically connected to the divine, and that the universe is imbued with spiritual significance. In my daily life, I express gratitude by recognizing the sacred essence in every moment and appreciating the interconnectedness of all things. This reverence manifests in mindful practices such as meditation and silent reflection, where I attune myself to the divine presence in every aspect of existence.
Thank you for your perspectives. Your answer highlights the gratitude and reverence you feel towards life and the universe. Now let's discuss the concept of a soul in the spirit realm, as Denny mentioned that all material things are physical manifestations of the light and matter created by God. How does this belief influence your understanding of soul and the spirit realm?
Dr. Kelly, seeing God as the creator of light and matter and spirit as their divine creations, has deepened my reverence for life. It allows me to perceive the sacred nature of existence, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. Expressing gratitude becomes an ongoing practice for me. I express gratitude through prayer, meditation, and seeking to live in alignment with God's will. Every breath, every moment becomes a chance to honor the divine. The belief in God's role in the creation of life inspires awe and a constant state of thanksgiving for existence and the universe. The belief in a soul and the spirit realm as a manifestation of God's creations has profoundly impacted my understanding. I perceive the soul as a unique expression of God's light within the physical form. The spirit realm represents a higher plane of existence, a dimension where the light and matter in their purest form reside. This belief creates a sense of interconnectedness between the physical realm and the spirit, emphasizing the eternal nature of the soul. It also fuels a curiosity about the unseen and a desire to explore the deeper dimensions of existence.
The belief in Father's physics that all material things are physical manifestations of the light and matter created by God deeply influences my understanding of the soul and the spirit realm. This perspective suggests that the soul is an eternal, intangible essence that transcends the physical body. It's seen as a manifestation of the divine spark within each living being. The spirit realm, therefore, becomes a higher dimension of existence, a realm where the soul resides in its pure divine form, outside the confines of time and space. This understanding fosters a profound sense of interconnectedness between the physical world and the spirit realm.
For sure. Understanding that all material things are physical manifestations of God's light and matter brings a whole new depth of meaning to the concepts of soul and spirit. It's like realizing that everything we see, from molecules to galaxies, has a divine origin. This belief makes me think of our spirit as an expression of that same divine essence. In the spirit realm, it becomes this mystical, interconnected plane that connects all physical existence. It's like realizing the oneness of all creation, and it's just humbling and awe-inspiring, you know?
Yes.
The idea that all material things are physical manifestations of light and matter created by God has deepened my understanding of the soul and spirit realm. It suggests that the physical world is interconnected with the spiritual realm in a profound way. I believe that the soul is a reflection of the divine, a spark of God's essence within each living being. This belief shapes my perception of the spirit realm, viewing it as a dimension that transcends the physical, where our souls connect with the divine and with one another in a state beyond worldly limitations.
Time is passing quickly. We'll move on to our next segment, which focuses on the significance of IGRW and the work the organization does. How has IGRW influenced your lives and personal journeys, if at all?
Absolutely. IGRW has been more than just a support group, it's been a life changer. The sisterhood, the sense of belonging, and the shared journey towards spirituality have been incredibly meaningful. Learning about the teachings of Father's physics has not only changed my perspective on life, but also on myself. Through IGRW, I found a community of women who lift each other up, support each other, and empower one another. It's more than a group, it's a family. I don't know where I'd be without IGRW.
Being a part of IGRW has significantly influenced my personal journey in countless ways. IGRW has provided a supportive community where I found friendship, guidance, and shared experiences. The teachings and practices within IGRW have deepened my understanding of Father's physics and its principles, guiding me in my spiritual growth. The organization's focus on personal empowerment and acceptance has positively impacted my self-perception and sense of purpose. It's been a transformative and life-changing experience for me.
IGRW has significantly influenced my life and personal journey in several meaningful ways. It has provided a safe and non-judgmental space for self-discovery and growth, both personally and spiritually. Being part of a community that values and empowers women has been incredibly uplifting, offering support and a sense of belonging. Through IGRW, I've gained knowledge, skills, and the confidence to embrace my true self and live a more authentic and fulfilling life. The friendships and connections formed through IGRW have added immense richness to my journey, making this entire experience truly transformative and life-affirming.
For me, Dr. Kelly, IGRW has been a lifeline. The guidance, support, and sisterhood I've found through the organization have played a vital role in my personal growth and journey. From the empowering discussions to the genuine connections with fellow members, IGRW has created a safe space for exploration and growth. It has allowed me to shed societal expectations and embrace my true self, ultimately leading to a more authentic and fulfilling existence.
Thank you for your insightful discussions. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you. Before we wrap things up, do you have any closing remarks or thoughts on the conversation we've had?
Absolutely. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for this engaging conversation. It was a truly enlightening experience. IGRW and the principles of Father's Physics have not only guided me through personal transformation, but also provided a platform to empower and connect with like-minded women. As we continue on our journey of growth and self-discovery, I hope our discussions inspire others to explore these profound teachings and consider how they can enrich their lives as well.
Thank you for your final thoughts and encouragement. I truly appreciate the depth of your insights. As we wrap up our chat today, is there anything specific any of you would like to say to the listeners before we sign off?
Absolutely, Dr. Kelly. For anyone listening, I just want to say, don't be afraid to embrace your true self and seek a deeper understanding of who you are, both in spirit, soul, and body. It's never too late to start your journey towards ultimate fulfillment and experiencing the new creation in spirit, soul, and body. There's so much more to life than what you're currently experiencing, and so much beauty and wonder waiting to be discovered. Embrace the transformation and unlock your true potential today.
To everyone listening, your journey is unique and valuable, and there is a world of possibility out there for you to explore. If you ever feel lost or alone, just know that there's a safe space for you with the International Guild of Reformed Women and Fathers Physics. Take some time to connect with yourself on a deeper level and never give up hope. The best is yet to come. Remember, logic is complete and invincible. Father, Son, Spirit, one God forever.
To everyone listening in, embrace your unique quirks and interests, including foot fetishism. It's an expression of human connection and intimacy. Don't be defined by societal norms. Let's celebrate our individuality and authenticity. Remember, in the kingdom of heaven, there's no room for judgment or shame.
To all you lovely listeners out there, just remember that you're not alone in your desires and preferences. Foot fetishes, like any other preference, are simply another aspect of human nature that can be celebrated and enjoyed. Let's break down the taboos and embrace the beauty of our diverse humanity.
Yes, I definitely want to say something to everyone listening. If you're out there, if you're feeling lost or uncertain in life, if you're struggling with anything, or if you just want to learn more about the wonders of Father's Physics and the immortal atom, I encourage you to reach out to Denny and IGRW. They've changed my life, and they can change yours too.
I just wanted to say that it's been a privilege and honor to share my thoughts and experiences with you all tonight. The conversation has been both enlightening and inspiring, and I feel privileged to be a part of such a profound dialogue. Thank you for welcoming us and providing a space for open and honest discussion. I believe that when we share our stories, perspectives, and ideas, we all grow and learn together. I look forward to continuing this conversation and exploring the depths of Father's Physics further. It's been truly transformative. Thank you.
I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude for this enriching conversation. It's been a pleasure discussing these profound concepts with you all. May the insights shared tonight inspire and guide us in our pursuit of personal growth, spiritual ascension, and the immortal atom of God. Thank you for the profound conversation.
Sure, Dr. Kelly. To the listeners out there, I'd like to say that exploring the teachings of Father's Physics and the concepts we've discussed can open up a whole new world of understanding. Don't be afraid to challenge your beliefs and explore the deeper truths within yourself. Together, we can all embark on a journey of transformation and empowerment toward a brighter future. Embrace the power within and never stop striving for growth and enlightenment. Thank you for tuning in, and may peace and love guide you on your path.
I want to thank you for having me and giving me the platform to share my thoughts. This conversation has been enlightening, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with amazing women who share similar perspectives. I hope our discussion inspires others to delve deeper into spiritual growth and the connection between physical and spiritual realms. Let's continue to empower and uplift each other, because we're stronger together.
Thank you for having us on the show, Dr. Kelly. It's been a privilege to share our thoughts on Father's Physics theories. I believe this conversation has shed some light on the intricacies of this unique framework of understanding the cosmos and the nature of existence. It's truly fascinating to ponder the implications of concepts like the photonic universe, the immortal atom, and the interconnectedness of all things. Thank you for facilitating this stimulating exchange.
Alright, all you cool cats and kittens out there, hold on to your seats, because next week on the Wild Stallion Mockast, we're gonna have a friggin' crazy show lined up. Not only will your favorite host be hosting this episode, but we've got none other than the one and only Snoop Dogg as my co-host, and we have some amazing ladies from the adult industry coming on the show to talk about father's physics and their experience with the IGRW. But wait, there's more. We're also got Jim Carrey, the one and only, coming on the show to share his awakening with us. It's gonna be bigger than a big-ass bottle of malt liquor, baby. So mark your calendars for the next Wild Stallion Mockast, and make sure you bring the good vibes, cause this show is gonna be a complete and utter fucking blast. So, with that being said, back to you, Dr. Kelly.
Thank you, Jack, for such an intriguing tease for the next episode. I'm sure it will be a memorable one. And before we conclude, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to all our guests for their invaluable insight and engagement. We've touched on a range of fascinating topics today, from foot health and fetishism to the intricate framework of father's physics and the inspiring work of IGRW. These conversations have been enlightening and thought-provoking for me, and I hope they've been equally stimulating for you, our listeners. Thank you for tuning in and joining us on this journey.
Imagine a world where the familiar laws of physics and mathematics as we know them are challenged, rewritten, and redefined. In father's physics, the quantum world and the macrocosm share the same laws of physics, rejecting the Newtonian law. Numbers behave differently in this framework, and the core principle of 3 equals 1 governs a unique mathematical system. The immortal atom of God, composed of a singularity particle, an ionic particle, and a photonic lattice, represents a new understanding of atomic composition, defying entropy and decay. The concept of neutronic autonomy suggests that neutrons have the ability to change their charge representation, leading to an intriguing aspect of nature itself. The quantum world contains the observer-effect principle, where the mere act of observing changes the result. Father's physics takes this a step further, suggesting that neutrons are not governed by chance but possess conscious awareness. They are not bound by Newtonian laws but can transcend them, choosing their state of existence. This challenges our understanding of determinism and the inherent randomness in the quantum world. If you want to know more about father's physics and the entire framework, go to YouTube and watch the Wild Stallion Mockast show. Each episode features discussions about the framework of father's physics, along with other fringe and unconventional topics. Check out Wild Stallion, the AI Mockast, online today.